everybody, and welcome to Los Luceros Historic Site. Today I thought that I would bring you a day in the life on the farm. So we are not yet open to the public, and I will be the only person working out here today, so I'm not wearing my mask. But I thought it'd be really fun to show you the kinds of things that we do just to maintain 148 acres. We don't have a particularly large staff, and so everybody has to contribute and chip in and work really hard to keep this place alive and standing and looking beautiful and green for when you guys are able to visit again. So I'm Carly, your instructional coordinator here, and I'm excited for you to join me today. Well, first things first, we have to say hello to all the animals. Hi, Josefina. She is hanging out in her own little house. She has some enrichment that she can do and has her own little pen with water and food. So she's happy. She's a good donkey. So now let's go say hello to the rest of the herd. Good morning, everybody. Hi, sweetie. There's Biscochito and Tia right there. And the rest of the herd is in the barn. And it looks like they have plenty of water, so we don't need to give them any more water. But it's always good to check in on these guys. This one could use a little water, so let's give them some water. I have to say hello to our little lambs. Yeah, troublemakers. This little one jumping on me is Natia, and he likes a lot of attention. And then back here is Biscochito. And both of these lambs, if you haven't been following us for very long, have been bottle fed. Their moms abandoned them at birth, and so we bottle fed them this winter and spring, and they're doing great. Huh, guys? Yeah, this one just loves to jump on me just like my dog. Awesome. All right, let's go to the next door. Fun fact, these guys love to follow me, so if I wanted, they could come with me to do all the chores today. Hi. Hello. Of course, one of our important jobs is to keep it looking nice and green. So we have sprinklers of all varieties, watering all of Los Luceros, trying to keep it green. This guy's in the garden, and here you can see the waffle garden that was constructed by Eldon Vita, the ranger at Jemez Historic Site. And you can see that after only a few days, we already have some dill growing. Now here is our beautiful entryway that is looking so lovely in the summer. And I make sure to run this lovely fountain because otherwise we would have lots of mosquitoes. Plus just it's nice and relaxing for when we are working in this area. So Los Luceros Historic Site doesn't just protect the historic buildings and cultural significance. We also protect the wildlife and nature of this area because we are located right along the Rio Grande. And so one of my jobs is I have been monitoring this beaver activity. And so we have a couple game cameras set up. And so I get to get the memory cards out and check them for pictures. So we'll see if we manage to grab any photos of this guy. He's been building his lodge. And though, you know, beavers can be a bit of a menace, they're also a really important member of our ecosystem here. So we are trying to just see what he's up to and making sure that he's not getting any of our nice big plants by protecting them. So let's check the last game camera and see if we get any pictures. This area sees a lot of animal activity as it leads straight from the Rio Grande, the river, through here and into our pond. So we set up a game camera over here to try and capture what kinds of creatures are taking this path. A huge shout out to the Pajarito Environmental Education Center, aka PEAK in Los Alamos, for allowing us to borrow these game cameras to see what we can capture. And of course, it's important to admire the nature and beauty around us, even as we are working hard. Another thing that we make sure to do is utilize our wonderful acequia system. So we make sure to alternate watering fields, and we have this on a pretty specific schedule so that everything gets watered. And so today, this little section of land is going to get watered by this acequia, and then tomorrow we will switch it to another one. Something we pride ourselves on at Los Luceros is all of our incredible trees. We have orchards full of apple trees and cherry trees and crabapple trees and some peaches and grapevines, and of course we have 100-year-old cottonwoods. But what all this means, of course, is we have lots and lots of raking to do. Another important task that we do here at Los Luceros Historic Site is we maintain our alfalfa fields like the one right behind me. We grow the alfalfa so that our livestock can eat it. So of course that means we have to keep the fields watered, and we have to eventually harvest the alfalfa. We just did a harvesting last week, so everything is nice and short again, and we hope to do another in the fall. Another important task that we do is to try and keep everything mowed and under control so that everything remains lush and beautiful, but also well kept for when we can have visitors again. It sounds like a lot of work, but boy, are we happy to be able to do it in such a beautiful place. Plus, look at all the cool nature we get to see as we do it. Well, thank you all so much for joining me on this little adventure. I hope that you learned a little bit about what we get to do here on site to try and keep it green and flourishing for when you all are able to visit again. And keep in mind, this is just some of the things that we are up to. We are also taking care of the historic buildings, and we're trying to come up with digital content for all of you, reaching out to our communities. So we are very happy to be busy at work taking care of our state lands. Thank you so much, and catch you next time.